and it seemed like that could have been a route for you guys to take if you were able to gain access and prove to Lord Reimer that there was sufficient evidence of a plot or a theft plot, and you guys were able to win the bid for the caravan. You guys might be able to intercept it after purchase.
Okay.
Anyway, while you guys are guarding, go ahead and roll me a D10. No modifier.
6.
5.
You guys decide. Do you want the 5 or the 6?
I'm gonna say 5.
Okay. Cool. All right. Your day actually proceeds along fairly well. There's just some people who come in. You're able to just ask them what their plans are here. It all seems kosher, all seems legit. And about 3 hours in, so approximately 11:30 or so, you guys notice a slight rumbling in the ground and a sudden magical energy, blue in hue, as it's leaving the auction house. And there seems to be some flickering of lights and things around the Exalted Collection as it goes outside and dissipates into the street.
Would I recognize what that is?
Go ahead and make our
Charge complete.
I don't know shit.
22.
Xander's looking off. Oh, pretty light. Anvea, you seem to recognize something with this. Usually it's something that happens when a powerful artifact is inspected every now and then. There could be some residual arcane energy lingering in some of these things, and some stuff, especially given what the Exalted Collection deals with, could be fairly unstable. Where you go ahead and make a perception check for me as well, both of you.
Mic on.
14, okay. And a 7. Xander, I don't know what you're doing. But Anvea, you don't hear anybody freaking out or like any screaming or anything coming from inside. So you can gather that the effect that had gone off doesn't seem to have caused any issues.
Are there any guards near it?
You guys are the guards. Or do you mean like in the street, others Alezo?
Yeah. Or like, yeah.
At this point in time, there are not any other Zalezo in the street around you guys that you can see.
I'll just turn to Xander. That was weird, but I'm assuming it was a magical artifact. Think it happens often?
We'll have to ask Valner when we see him next about it. Hopefully he's having better luck than this day of ours, which is slow.
A few minutes later, you guys actually see the appraiser. I've got to grab his name. I always mix him and
Is it
Gerald
Elias?
up. It's Elias, yeah. You guys see Elias come out, and his hair is all frizzy and everything. And he's just panting and looks at you both and goes, did you see that?
Yes, what did you do, sir?
There was an artifact that was particularly powerful, and a power surge has hit, and I've informed the Lord Reimer, but could one of you please quickly make your way over to the Cobalt Soul and request that we have an I don't know how to put this. An arcane specialist this way. I believe some of the wards on the building have faltered. And he looks at both
Do we
of
need
you.
to give them any more specific details on this, or
Just that Lord Reimer and Elias Vesper request their presence immediately.
the
And then
Cobalt
he-
Soul is very particular. I don't want to come to them with half the story, sir. With all due respect.
We have already informed them. We just need to press the urgency, if at all possible.
Are you going to stand guard here?
I will be attending to the wards, yes. If just one of you, or both. It's up to you.
Yes, we can assist with that, but I'd ask that you go get some guards from inside to stand post out here in our absence.
Very well, very well. I will muster them. And he returns inside.
Well, looks like we're going to go visit the Cobalt Soul.
Right. You guys are able to make your way over to the Cobalt Soul. It is this library just right over here. It's a very obvious, very large, very big, awesome building. And as you enter inside, the person sitting right up at the front recognizes your badges and does inform you that they have been informed of an impending issue and asks if you are coming from the Exalted Collection.
Indeed, there has been an incident today. Might I ask, is Lady Beauregard in?
She looks at you and goes, Expositor Beauregard is actually not in. She's out on a dangerous mission. Hopefully she's supposed to be an expositor right now.
Okay, I'll pass along the information then.
All right. And she informs you that somebody would be down in about 4 minutes or so.
While we wait, do you happen to have any books that we may be able to learn some spells from while we wait?
Oh, we have plenty of spells. Now, the access to our general admission, it depends on which spells you are looking for. Would you inform me of them?
I'm not quite sure. I'm just kind of curious to what's in the inventory of this library.
We have many tomes available to the general public. Most of them are lower level spells, nothing dangerous from a Zlezo perspective.
So no, like, instant death things.
No instant death things. Mostly just magic tricks, some illusions. Things that we feel would be beneficial for people to learn that will not be necessarily harmful or dangerous.
What about invisibility scrolls?
Invisibility scrolls. Most of those. Let me see. And she begins flipping through some ledgers. And that takes her some time. And she does look up and go, looks like some of those are under control for avoiding use of nefarious means. But they are up on the second floor if you ever do have a chance, and if you're willing to sit through a slight screening, maybe you could peruse them. And looks up just as a drenched in sweat guy with really long hair, pointy ears, and disheveled but noble looking clothing comes down and says, I came as fast as I could. Which of you is from the Exalted Collection?
Both of us?
Lead the way, sir. What happened? And begins to walk and talk over towards the Exalted Collection house. Oh, the Exalted Collection
We will leave him
auction.
there.
You leave him there?
We will lead him there.
Oh, lead him there. All right, perfect. You guys are able to get over to the Exalted Collection. At which time you do notice that the guard that you guys had pilfered the keys off of is standing guard. And as you arrive, Elias says, "You really need to keep hold of your key. You cannot lose these. This is ridiculous." And he looks at you guys as you arrive with the arcane specialist. And he goes, thank you very much, sir. I will explain the situation to you in detail inside. And at which point they go inside for about 7 minutes or so. And then he comes outside with Elias and Lord Reimer, and they begin circling the perimeter and start casting incantations and other spells and things. And yeah, you guys are successful. And as the rest of the guarding day continues on, everything appears to be business as usual. People coming and going. Nothing too crazy. Let's go ahead and pop. Yeah, how's your mic doing? Oh, nothing's coming through. Is your mic hardware muted? Oh, there we go. That's nice and clear too. What'd you do? Ugh. I hate that.
Then. Oh.
Jonathan. What is this?
Jonathan!
Jonathan! Oh my gosh. No. They wouldn't have booted back up. Spinny drives? Yeah. Okay. So, yes. Oh, man. Yes, I am Guildmaster Horace Drummond. Oh my gosh, I lost his voice. Sorry, Jonathan.
It was kind of Frenchy.
Yeah, that almost was. It was meant to be like almost like Sean Connery, but more southern. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Valder. I do remember you doing some business with us before in the past. It is good to see you. Oh, good. Well, I have to thank you very much. One of your caravan members actually joined us officially, and she has been a great scout leader for us over the years. That was Bryn Windwalker. I believe I sent something to you. I got to double check now to make sure that I did. Yeah. Oh, yes. Of course. Let me take a look at my services now. I need to tell you, we've been pretty. It sounds bad, but it's not. Business has been great. Business has been booming, and as such, we are stretched fairly thin across Port de Mali and other realms like. We've been able to gain a lot of contracts from the Mercantile Consortium. So, your timing, we might have to charge a little bit more for some transport. Are you looking more local, regional, long distance? What sort of thing would you hire us for? Oh, ah, okay. And you said it would be a very valuable item? Is that correct? Or a large item? How much it goes for? Are you purchasing an item for the auction house by chance? Oh, well, that's in charge of the security detail. Go ahead and maybe make a persuasion. I don't think you're necessarily lying, are you? Because you're talking about your own item. Okay. You decide if it's more persuasion or deception. I think your modifiers are the same. Okay. He looks at you and goes, protection detail. You likely want to speak with Thalin. Thalin. I can't really say that very well in his accent. Thalin. He's the one who's been holding the contract with the Exalted Collection for quite some time now. He's been invaluable. Go ahead and make a history check. 5. You do not know who Thalin is. If you wish to see him, he actually lives just on the outskirts of town near some of the farmlands up by the Tumbletowns. Though he may be getting prepared for this Saturday's events. That might be up to him, since he's already doing a delivery, and we're already contracted with Lord Reimer. However, typically, most of those transports would cost anywhere between 150 to 180,000 gold pieces, depending on the value of the item. Obviously, if you're providing some security measures yourselves, that pay would 150 to 180 gold pieces, not 1,000. Oh, sorry. Hang on. No, that's accurate. Mm-hmm. Yes, correct. No. Oh no, the 1,000 would be if you were going to Dwendalian Empire or something else. Yes, and in light of that information, we typically offer a bit of a discount. So if you do need to provide that, but yes, speak with caravan leader Thalin. Now, mind you, he's a turtle, so he was a farmer by trade before he began working for us and putting his equipment to use. He's not necessarily all there. So small words. Oh, let me check and see. Yes, I believe she is. She should be in today. I think I saw her just around back. Um, Absolutely. Go ahead. Follow through. I trust you well enough. As far as I could throw you. It has been some time. I do appreciate the work you've done for us. Farewell. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you kind of wind your way through some of the halls and stuff that you know of, and as you reach the back, you kind of see some staging areas with all of the items that and paperwork that they need to kind of keep track of everything. And you actually see Bryn standing over a map of the Menagerie Coast and kind of detailing some information here and there, making a note, and just definitely in her head. Not really anybody else around paying attention to her, I mean. Yeah. So she's just not paying much attention to you at all as you're walking up behind, and then as soon as you tap your finger, she whirls around and goes, "What is the? Oh, Valmer!" She recognizes you immediately. Go ahead. Oh, so she is a ranger. So she's dressed in some leather armor. She's got a bow on her back and a quiver. And hang on, let me just double check to make sure. She's a wood elf. Go ahead and roll a history check for me, real quick. Okay. Yeah, she kind of comes in close and like pats your back and everything. And goes, "How in the hell are you?" Uh, she looks at you and goes, "It's been how many years? Like 6 or 7? So great. Time really flies by, doesn't it? You know, this is the craziest thing. I gotta thank you for getting us hooked into the Caravan Master Guild and everything. Because I mean, after you disappeared, like there wasn't much going on, and I know we were doing some good stuff, but man, I've been able to scout all these routes and everything, and put my skills to really good use. So, just thanks. Good to see you. Um, she kind of looks at you and goes, this is a sort of favor, maybe? Asadala, the name sounds familiar. So what's the angle here? I mean, just going off what we used to do. What's the point with Maddie with this Asadala? She got something we need. I haven't. I typically don't really mess around with the politics around here. I more pay attention to trade routes. Well, I am doing a shipment, just scouting out a few new areas. Something that's kind of been coming up lately is a lot of bandit activity and things on the road. So I'm trying to find any other paths that we can get to other places, like especially up through Oath and other places that have been fairly safe to travel. I mean, tensions with the Dwendalian Empire and the other place. Can't remember it. What is it? Yeah, the Kryn Dynasty. Um, Travel between those is getting edgy, to say the least. So trying to, yeah. Well, that's nice. That pays fairly well. I haven't been doing much with them. No, most of the stuff that I do is kind of scouting the trade routes and making sure that any places that are dangerous that I can mark, maybe alternatives or stuff like that. Really just scouting. Yeah. Yeah, I was planning on heading out in just a few days, 4 days or so. Yeah, and you want me to look out for her? I mean, if is this really pressing, if I need to, I can maybe take off and. How's your facial expressions during this? Okay, okay. Is it? Are you? Sorry, I'm. She's rolling an insight on you to be like, is he downplaying this? Is he, like, oh, yeah, right. Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me, real quick. Okay. She looks at you and goes, "Friend," and puts her arm on your shoulder. Just goes, "Look, if it really means that much, I mean, I thought this would have been another job or an angle, but this seems a bit more personal. I don't have to leave for a few days, and the stuff I'm doing is just scouting for stuff ahead. If you really want me to, I can take off and get looking." You know what? For you, I'll do it for 20 gold. For sure. Dr. Pearfeather, but do you... All right, perfect. She takes it and just says, "Look, um, I'll head out as soon as I can, and start looking for anything else that you can tell me." And yeah, just asks about like last whereabouts, last time you saw her, that sort of thing. Okay. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So yeah, with your 17, you're able to give a lot of detailed information. You do remember exactly what she was wearing. I mean, it was the first time you'd seen her in 8 years, basically. So kind of burned into your memory pretty well as well. And yeah, so you give her a ton of information, a ton of stuff to go off of. You do keep mentioning like Eldora, potential Myriad involvement and everything. And every time you do say Myriad involvement, she kind of gets like a grave look on her face in a way. And she goes, if it's Myriad activity, ooh, I'm definitely taking a look into it. And it's at this time, with your earlier history check, you do remember that Bryn was somebody that you recruited from the Righteous Brand. And so she is against that type of corruption, for sure. And yeah, reassures you the whole entire time and everything. And not with that history. If you want to go ahead and make another one. See. Nice. Yeah, I can't remember exactly where you met her. You'd been on so many missions and everything. Yeah, too many memories. A big flood of them. Almost remembering through like a thin piece of paper, too, with the haze of rumble cusp. And then, yeah, after she gets all the information and everything, she goes, "Okay, I'll let you know as soon as I know anything. Might pull some strings and get you a message if I get some information sooner than later." Sure. Yeah, she takes yours. Nice. She goes, and the I almost said Moon Reaver. That's the wrong thing. Anyway, and she goes, "And Moon Weaver's grace with you," and bids you farewell. All right. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20 as you are running through the streets. It's getting to be about 11 o'clock or so, so the events at the Exalted Collection haven't occurred. All right. Yeah, you're able to traverse the streets pretty well. Nothing interesting happens to you along the way. And, oh, hang on, opening dev tools on accident. And you're able to make it up to the farmhouse that Thalin resides in, without any better words. And you do notice that there's a few covered wagons out front. There's some like hand carts and stuff too. He seems like he's fairly well, whatchamacallit, equipped to deal with some caravanning stuff. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, or investigation, up to you. You do not see him outside. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Ultimately, they're just spending the rest of the day guarding. All the important stuff happened with you guys. So, is there anything else that you wanted to do until you got off? Hawk and Holly.
Oh, you're talking about us? What?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Was there anything that you guys wanted to do until you guys got off shift?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go get paid.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, like I said, the rest of the day goes off without a hitch. Everything seems to be business as usual. You guys, at the end of the day, make your way over to the Zalezel headquarters, and you're brought back all the way through to Director Draxis, who sees you guys, and I can't remember how much I told you guys were going to get paid.
250
A
platinum.
decent amount. I think it was 5 or 6 gold apiece. Okay, you guys left the collection already. It's in my notes. I just can't find it. We've done a few sessions since then. Gosh. Holy jeez, Batman. Way too much freaking information. Right. So it's a headquarters. We'll take care of that for you. Met with Victor Zorin, got information, and then got agreed to the stuff. You guys are supposed to mimic. Okay. It is 3 gold pieces a day then. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you guys appear in front of Director Draxis, and he just goes, "It's good to see you both. I presume the guarding at the Exalted Collection went well."
Say what?
Oh, did you hear any of that?
Some.
Sorry. He said, "So I presume that the guarding at the Exalted Collection went well?" As he's kind of thrumming through his desk.
Yeah, there's a little bit of craziness going on over there. Some artifact caused some ward glyphs to go nuts, but other than that, pretty casual day.
Some glyphs. That's interesting. Would you mind filing a report just to make sure that we have correct documentation?
I believe the
If
Cobalt
anything,
Soul will be sending something over.
Cobalt Soul, huh? Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Persuasion. 17.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, Cobalt Soul had to be involved. Yes, they are fairly thorough in most of their investigations. That should suffice. That should suffice indeed. And then he writes down on a little form, and you guys can easily see he's not trying to hide it or anything. He writes a report to be received from Cobalt Soul. Or whatever. He goes, very well. Here's your 3 gold pieces for you, mister, and 3 gold pieces for you, madam. Can I be of any other assistance today?
Do you have any high-paying side jobs at the moment?
I do not deal with the jobs as you were here the last time. Oh, wait, were you here the last time? I can't remember. Anyway, if you'd like to go and see Victor Zorin, he might have some other jobs or tasks available to the general public.
That's okay. I was just curious if you knew of anything off the top of your head.
No, I'm afraid the latest thing was the Zahir stuff that I believe your group helped with.
I will. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. And you guys are able to leave this Lezo headquarters. Any destination in mind?
Any armor or magic stores close by?
So, Anvea would remember that the place that she visited for the palm reading the previous day, she did mention something about some powerful artifacts. Besides the Exalted Collection auction house, there's various metal workers and armor makers and everything. You've been around a bit, and so has Anvea. Depending on the amount of gold you currently have, a lot of magical items might be out of range if you're looking for some like higher profile magic items, if that makes sense.
No, I think we'll just go to meet up with Valner.
Okay.
Unless
I'm just going
Anvea
to
wanted
give you
to-
some examples if I can find them. Because again, it does vary. Like if it's just a plain old magic item, it's going to be just a couple hundred. But then, just trying to remember what I have done in the past. Once you get into like +2 or any of the rare artifacts, it's usually nearing the thousands range. But yeah, I can do more research. Here we go. So typically, like common magic items like setting stones and can't remember his bag of holding uncommon or not. Those are like 100 gold less. Or less, I mean. And then the uncommon items are like 500 gold pieces and lower. And then the rare ones can range between like 500 gold pieces to 5,000, just kind of depending on their properties. So most magic items are more rare than anything. Oh yeah, like common magic items are like potions of healing. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, we'll make our way over to wherever Valner may be at.
Okay.
A hook and sinker. Right?
Potentially. Yeah, tell me where you want to head. I'm not sure. Okay. So at this time for Anvea and Zander, it's approximately like 5:30 in the afternoon, or in the evening, I guess.
Go ahead to the hook.
Okay. I'm just doing some math in my head real quick. It's about an hour or two until sunset. And so it's beginning to get a little bit more dark as we're in the fall, autumn period. Go ahead and roll D20 on your way there. Just a plain D20.
Just Hockley Pooh Bear over there.
13.
All right. As you guys are making your way towards the Larboard Light District, this time you guys decided to take the route through the kind of over by the marquee, maybe take some other back roads and everything. You guys approach an intersection, at which point in time you guys see a cart smash into a wagon that's going down the street in opposite directions. And merchandise goes flying everywhere. I feel like I need to change the music because it's supposed to be a bit more intense than this peaceful stuff. But anyway, there's merchandise going flying. There's a couple of people gasping out in astonishment and everything. I need you guys to go ahead and roll a perception check for me real quick.
14.
Okay, and on Bea.
0.2.
Awesome. Xander, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary other than the crash going on, but on Vea, you notice that there are a group of 3 kids that grab a small crate, maybe about 2 foot by 1.5 feet wide, and immediately take off running down the alleyway across from you guys.
I'm chasing him.
All right. At that point in time, You hear the driver of the wagon who'd veered into oncoming just go, "Where are those kids? Are they okay? Are they hurt?"
I'm going to
And-
check on him as I'm running away.
Do I see anything good on the ground?
Any good stuff to pilfer? You go ahead. Oh, with your 14, as far as you can tell, a lot of it's like some fruits and veggies. Maybe there's some like leather armor pieces and everything. Kind of seems like some general goods stuff. But there is something that really catches your eye when you see a box that's been broken open, and there are 9. Wait, that's not a 9. That's a 6. There are 6 bottles that appear kind of magical and glowy and stuff. And of those 6, all 5 of them have shattered, and there appears to be greater potions of healing that were in that case. There is 1 that is still intact.
I will pick it up and I will like act like I'm stacking the things up and slip the one that's not broken into my cloak.
What's your alignment?
It's neutral.
Ah. But are you lawful?
It shouldn't be.
Oh, you are true neutral. Nice. Okay. That is interesting. All right. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh boy.
You can do so with advantage. There is some chaos going on.
Natural 20 on that one, so 21.
Dang.
I don't even know.
All right. Yeah, well, everybody's kind of looking around for the kids and everything. You hear Anvea shout, "I'm going after them." And you're able to just kind of loop down, pick one up, scatter some more of the glass and stuff, almost make it look like whatever had been there had also shattered. And then you immediately kind of start picking up some of the stuff and just go, "Here, let me help you with that, sir," and all of that. Anvea, you are in pursuit of the children. They are about 30 feet in front of you and just booking it as fast as they can. How fast do you want to pursue them?
I don't know. Can I?
You just want to tail them for a minute and like just see kind of where they're going and stuff?
Yeah,
That's such a
I'll
good
follow them
movie.
for a second to see where they're going.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check if you're trying to be stealthy. Otherwise, if you're not, then don't worry about it.
I'll make my way towards where she headed to.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're fast. Coming through.
18 for stealth.
Nice. As far as you can tell, they haven't noticed you. And you start running, and you're catching up on them pretty quickly. At some point, they reach a really tight corner, and they immediately turn left and duck behind there. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me as you're coming up. I'm going to continue to use your stealth modifier too, or your stealth.
24.
All right. As you kind of near the corner, your keen elf ears hear their heavy, labored breathing. They haven't continued running past that corner. But what really catches your eye, or your ears, I should say, is that as you come up, that's a really poor sentence, but as you're coming up around, you hear a raspy, creepy voice that sends shivers down your spine. And it tells them, "Did you grab the artifact?" And the kids reply, interrupt me at any point if you want to, by the way. or inform me of what you want to do.
I
Anyway,
recognize the voice.
go ahead and roll a history check.
How long will it take me to catch up to her?
13.
Are you running as fast as you can?
Yeah, at this point.
Probably less than a minute. And if you're running as fast as you can, not trying to be stealthy. So that will come into account. You know what? Let's say you can reach her in 1 minute exactly. But yeah, you hear that voice, and then the kids respond and say, "Yeah, we got the artifact. We were able to trick that driver so easy." And then silence. Give it over to me, or I'll suck your souls. And they shut up really quickly, and then just like chuck the thing and go, "Mister, you said you were going to." And at this point, you hear a nasty squelch as blood hits the floor and the walls, and the voice stops.
Can I ask, is this a person that's talking?
Oh, sorry, I didn't get to your check. Hang on just a moment. 13 for your history. You can't really place it. It does sound otherworldly in a way. And the voice itself does not seem familiar to you. Like you haven't met whatever creature this voice is coming from. But obviously it's got to be sentient and like physically there, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'll pop into view and save those little kiddos.
Just a second here. Gotta find my link. Maybe.
I mean, I guess I could try to cast hold person on them. I don't know if they're a person or not, though.
Oh, that's a fair point. So are you leaping in or just peeking around? Just so I get an idea of what's going on.
No, she is gonna try and save the kids.
Okay. So yeah, as soon as you leap around the corner, you see a hooded figure. And it's only got 4 fingers on both of its hands that are currently uncovered with black, sharp claws. And out from underneath the hood, you see a few tentacles emanating from it. Emanating. Just folded outside of it. And you see its arms just covered in blood. From the kid, like teenager age was the age of these kids. Probably ranging between 13 and 17. And I'll have you go ahead and roll initiative. And I think about this time is when Zander comes charging up from behind you and his heavy armor gaining attention as he approaches with all the clinking. Exactly. I meant to create a map for this, but did not. So, sorry.
You need me to roll?
Yeah, both of you roll initiative.
Well, I have advantage.
I got a 10.
Okay.
15.
Do this real quick. 10 and 15, and there's pencil. Okay. So, Xander, as you come into view, you are up first, sir. You see this scene unfold before you, and you see that creature with the tentacles and everything. There's the remains of a body slumped up against the wall. There's three teenagers standing in front of you, cowering in front of a crate that they threw towards this thing.
What on earth? Do I see the tentacle-y thing then?
Yes, you do. As soon as you round the corner, he's right there.
I'm going to immediately just cast Word of Radiance on it.
What an exaggerate.
13.
All right. Well, wait. Word of Radiance, is that a DC 13 from me?
Yeah, it's a con 13, yeah.
Con 13. Okay. It fails.
Wow, okay. I will move myself to right in front of this thing.
Okay. Not too hard to do. It's probably only 20 feet away from the corner. So you're able to run through, bypass the kids, and stand in front of them, and stand right in front of it.
Where is Anvea in position to me?
Anvea had just rounded the corner and is in the middle of the group of kids.
So would I be able to position myself so where it's in front of me and Anvea is on the other side?
So it would be like the creature, you, some of the kid, like one of the kids, and then Anvea, and then the other two kids.
So there's no way to flank with it?
No, she's not in range of it. She's not like within 5 feet of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just put myself between it and the kids then.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Not with an X. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 foot range. I knew that, but I was just kind of trying to reposition the flank.
Oh, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Did you roll for damage on that? Word of Radiance?
Oh, I thought you said I felt. Okay.
No, he failed.
Oh, okay. 5.
5. All right, let me just double check something. It is radiant damage.
If I hit my channel divinity on that, does it do? Let's see. Hold on. You can channel divine energy to fuel magical effects a number of times per short rest.
So all that means is right now you have Channel Divinity, which allows you to turn undead as an action, and then you've also, if you go under features and traits, you can scroll down and see that, and then you have Preserve Life. So as an action, you can restore 25 HP.
Storm anymore? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Cool. So 5 damage of divine or radiant.
All right. Cool. And it is this thing's turn, and what he is going to do. Barbecue hands.
Good.
Oh man.
Who on Columbia?
I don't know anything about either team, nor do I care much, but oh man, from the perspective of Josh, who I'm assuming would be cheering for Columbia. Anyway, yeah, with you right in front of him, he reaches out with his clawed hand and attempts to hit you with 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hit.
You take 75 radiant. No, I'm just kidding.
That's halved, sir.
You take 18 psychic damage.
Ooh.
And I need you to roll a DC intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
7.
7. All right. So as he reaches across and hits you, he then wraps his tentacles around you, and you are considered grappled, and you are currently stunned for the next turn, or until the end. Wait, what is that? Until the end of its next turn. That's what it is.
Okay.
And Anvea, it is your go.
I'm gonna shoot some magic missiles at him.
All right. Go ahead and roll for your damage.
I'm just gonna do 5 for each missile.
Okay. So a total of 15 points of damage.
It was a level 1 spell.
Okay, perfect. So just 1 each, right? Sorry, 3 because it's a level 1. 5 each.
Yes.
So 15. Okay, perfect. Yeah, all 3 of those magic missiles just slam into this thing. And he lets go of Zander after the hits.
Am I still stunned? Or...
You're not grappled, but you are still stunned.
Okay.
Let's see. You cast a spell. Do you want to do any bonus actions or any other movement?
I'll do healing word first level.
Okay.
On Zander.
Really? What do you mean, like, if it's above level 2 spell, you can't cast as a bonus action? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Right, that makes sense. I just I just spaced that because I typically only let you cast 1 leveled spell and a cantrip in a turn. But that's okay, I'll let it slide this time. Did you roll for heal on that? 6 points of healing for Zander. All right. And Zander, at this point, you are stunned, but I'll let you go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Say it again.
Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
That's 6.
6. All right. So you are still stunned this time around. As soon as it hit you, you felt like a blast of psionic energy in your mind, and it's still rattling you, though now it has let you go. And now it's its turn. Wasn't sure if I was going to do this yet. Yeah. Burn it down. He's going to take another attack against you. Only a 17 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. Okay. And on this one, you are going to take... where's my dice? There. You are going to take... 12, Plus 4, 10 points of psychic damage. And since you are currently stunned by it, I will not make you make the DC save again.
So at the end of his turn, I'm not stunned.
End of his turn, you are no longer stunned, so you now get a turn.
How's this thing looking? Is it even hurting?
Oh wait, sorry, next time. I had the order wrong written on my paper, but it is Anvea's turn. At this point, it's taken some damage, but it doesn't look like you've mortally wounded it by any means.
I'm gonna cast Earthbind at level 2 on that
Ooh.
Tentally guy.
Okay, what's my DC?
Strength.
14. All right, he fails. So he should be. Let's see. Let me look
His
at your
movement is reduced to 0 feet for the spell's duration.
Okay, cool. So he cannot run. An airborne creature safely descends 60. Okay. He was not in the air. All right, and you've got concentration up. All right, that's your action. Do you want to do any movement? I can never remember what bonus actions you do have. Okay, nothing else really.
There's no other bonus actions that we can do.
All right. Zander, now it is your turn.
Would it cost an action to use my sending stone or a bonus action?
It should say on them. Well, let me go peek.
Oh, one action.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can use an action to cast the sending spell from it. And I want to say sending is the one that has a range, right? It's message that does not.
Opposite.
Opposite?
My message has a range of 120 feet.
Okay, yeah, so opposite.
So with him being binded by that earth thing, would he get an attack of opportunity if I were to back up?
His speed is 0, so he wouldn't be able to move, but it doesn't say anything against using a reaction.
Okay. I'm going to have to...
John, did you get my message? Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna ask it, what is your business here? What are you trying to do besides die?
And you're still staying right next to it, right?
At the moment, yes.
It is you who is here to die. My business is my own.
Can we tell if he still has the box?
The box is actually laying in between Zander and you. They'd kind of chucked it at you, and then the kid was talking, got slaughtered, and then you guys jumped in to the fray before you had much time to react.
Okay, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on myself.
Okay.
That's 20 healing point.
Nice.
Good, because I only had 11 left. And then, as a bonus action, Can I like kick the box to Anvea?
Ooh. Yeah, let's go ahead and do let's do maybe just a dexterity check.
Just natural one.
Natural one. As you go to kick back the box, you actually kick it hard enough with your greaves on that it breaks it open. And inside, just double check my notes.
Wait,
make
how
sure
far
I'm
away
not
is
a
the
liar.
box from me? Would I get attacked if I kicked it?
No, it's within 5 feet of you, so I'm treating it as like a 2-weapon fighting almost, but an unarmed.
Okay, because that was my other question. Like, if it was far enough out, I would have taken the attack to
Kick
kick
it
it over
back.
to her. But if not, then yeah, it's good.
Okay, hang on just a second. Gotta make sure that I'm looking at the right thing. Gonna take a break for a second. I need to research my notes because I can't find this dang thing, and I don't want to give you guys an inaccurate description. And as soon as, sorry, found my notes. As soon as you kick back, the box breaks open and actually exposes the brim of a hat that you're able to see.
Okay.
Let's see.
I
Did you
will,
want to move? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up right up onto it with my shield up. Yeah,
Okay. And that is a 12 to hit.
doesn't hit.
All right. Yeah, you take a step back closer to it. The creature goes to swipe you, and your sorry, that sounded very weird. And your armor catches the swipe. Gosh, sorry. I'm fading faster than I thought I would. Let's see. That leaves its turn. Was there more that you wanted to do once you moved into that square, or just wait till next turn?
No, because I've already used my axe. I can't like pick it up or anything, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'll just stand right next to it.
Okay. Sounds good. He is unable to move right now, and so you see him close his eyes, and he pulls back his hood and reveals a bald, bony mass, and you can see that his mouth is actually tentacles. And at this point, you guys do recognize that this is a mind flayer, an illithid.
Alrighty.
He closes his eyes and puts his claws up to his head, and I need you guys to make an intelligence saving throw. This
24.
can't be.
14.
Nice. What was yours, Hawk?
14.
Okay. That is amazing. Fortunately, you guys succeed. Let me just just check something real quick. And you guys succeed. You feel the waves of psychic energy rush into your brain. You're able to fight through it and push it off as you hear two screams next to you as two of the other teenagers collapse dead on the floor. The other one in front of you, the other one in front of you, Anvea, manages to like brace himself, and he still appears to be okay. And that'll be its turn. As it shouts out telepathically to you two now. Surrender the item and leave with your lives. And it'll be Anvea's turn. Sorry. Xander
We're
on
having
deck.
sushi tonight on there.
You're on your own with that one. I'm gonna grab the hat.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just have you use your bonus action. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. Not to see how stealthy you are, but to see how successful you are.
Nat 20.
Nice. Sweet. So as you grab the hat, it's actually kind of upside down in there, and you yank it out of the box very quickly, very deftly, and once you stop, something metal hits your hand that is inside of the hat. A metal rod.
It's the sword of Gryffindor. Just kidding.
Yes. That's your bonus action. Glasses are driving me nuts right now.
I have both things, though, in my hand.
You have both things. Yep, the hat is upside down, and just sticking out of the top of it, you see a metal rod. Yeah.
Okay. Can I use Long Strider to book it out of there?
Yeah. You're able to run away. You're not within range of the Mind Flayer. There's that one kid still on the ground back there behind you, but yeah, you're able to run 40 feet back and around the corner. And you're probably, I'd say, like 500 feet from the street where the crash happened. Doing some very quick guesstimation math.
I'm just wondering if I'm, like, in an area where Zalezo might be walking by. Or people in general.
Go ahead and roll let's just do a general intelligence check. Just as a free action.
12.
Okay. Just thinking about it a little bit, any Zalezo that are in the area would probably be more concerned about the crash right now than anything going on down an alley. And so anything nearby would likely be in that direction. Not necessarily trying to talk you out of trying to do something, but more as where some could be found.
Okay, I'll just end my turn then.
All right. Xander, it is you with Anvea on deck.
I'm going to I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon at second level. And it's gonna be a big old radiant sword.
All right.
And then I'm gonna attack with it.
Sword appears behind, and you utilize your bonus action. Isn't it bonus action to cast it? That's right. Bonus action to cast, and it'll hit at the same time. Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit.
Uh, 23 to hit.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
That's gonna be 9 damage.
All right.
Do I get to choose the damage type, or is it just physical damage?
It's radiant, I believe.
Yeah, radiant. That's what I wanted.
All right, and you should still have your action as well.
Yeah, I'll use my action to hit again with it. I can do that, right?
I think your action, like you would have to attack with one of your items. With your spiritual weapon, you can utilize a bonus action to move it and repeat an attack.
Okay. Would I be able to use a cantrip since I use that as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. I will. Wow, that ain't gonna work. I'll just end my turn there.
Do you want to hold your action for anything?
Yeah, I'll hold a word of radiance. So if he gets within 5 feet, I'll cast it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Let's see. Anvea, you haven't been hit with anything, and your concentration is still up on your Earthbind spell, right?
Yeah, it should be as long as I'm in range.
Perfect. Yeah, you should be. Actually, I don't think you even have to be in range, do you?
300 feet.
Concentration. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. So you can maintain your spell until the duration ends, which I think this one's probably, what, a minute? Yeah. So yeah, it's still up. He can't move. It's his turn. But what he does is he holds his hands in front of him and then kind of swipes them in a weird gesture, and then a powerful spell begins to erupt beneath him, and in a moment he vanishes.
Can he vanish out of that?
He can cast a spell out of it. And you wait a second, 2 seconds, 6 seconds. It's back to your turn Anvea. But as far as Zander knows, the Mind Flayer's gone.
Oh. Do I still see like the stuff there that was holding him?
Yeah, Earthbind's still there that was holding him.
Does it look like it's still holding him?
No.
I will tell the kids to. So are we out of combat then?
Yeah, you guys are out of combat order. Since Anvea's turn was next, Anvea, what did you want to go run off and do?
I just want to find help.
Okay. You're able to book it pretty fast down that way, and you're heading back towards where the crash was, thinking that it's probably the best option for finding Zalezo. Zander, yeah, that thing's gone. It's vanished. If you want to make an Arcana check, you can.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You haven't ever seen this spell cast by any means, but you are aware there are various ways to teleport, and the way that he cast it and the way that he disappeared, it seems like he went to a completely different plane of existence.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Are the kids dead or are they dying?
The two kids that were behind Anvea, they are dead on the ground. The one kid I guess he would have been right behind you, basically cowering underneath your legs. He is still alive and breathing.
Is he hurt at all or?
That one, no.
Okay. I was going to cast Spare the Dying on the other two if they weren't, but.
Oh, okay.
I
no,
those
other two had more than twice their health dealt to them.
leave. Don't ever speak of this to anybody.
He nods and shakily books it just down the alleyway, away from the way that you guys came
I'm
from.
gonna search the kid and then the dude that's by the, where I guess the other dead guy.
So yeah, it's a bloodied mess of clothes and flesh slumped up against one wall, and then the other two, it looks like they bled out from their eyes and their ears. Just an insane amount of psychic energy.
Yeah, I'll search him.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Eesh, 4. I can't roll tonight.
Okay. Yeah, as you're looking at their clothes and everything, you immediately think oh shiz, what's Anvea doing? Where did he actually go? And so you're rifling through them really, really quickly. They weren't wearing particularly nice clothes, definitely tattered and everything, and they weren't really carrying much on them. Maybe just about 10 copper pieces amongst the 3 corpses, and it's up to you if you take them or not.
No, I'll just say a quick prayer on them, and then I'll rush to where Anvea went.
All right. Anvea, about the time that you exit out of the alleyway, you run smack into Valner. Who just happened to take a wrong turn to not meet with you guys 2 rounds ago.
There's a guy, a tendril, I don't know. He's back there. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just panicking.
Right here in front of you guys, there are throwing a dice. There's one Zalezo that's trying to figure out what happened in the cart crash, talking to the merchant and the driver of the other wagon. Okay, it doesn't take you guys too long before you see Zander come around the corner of that tight alleyway and come towards you pretty quickly. You're about 300 feet away or so from the crash.
Valner, you missed the fun. We had a illithid that was after something. He kept calling it an artifact. Anvea picked it up. It was, from what I seen, just a hat, but he knew how to hit pretty hard. But I think he vanished. Just dead kids that he murdered, and looks like a corpse of another man. No, but I do think we need to go somewhere private to review this.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Box was broken. It was a hat that was pulled out.
Okay. As you are looking across the box, you just see a typical sigil that merchants will mark their boxes with. It looks like it's probably a stamp that I guess you'd probably know this too. Maybe roll a history check for me just to see how much you remember. You get to re-roll. Okay. From what you can remember, most of the merchants have kind of their own sigil that they'll mark their boxes and stuff with, marking it as their own property. Basically, anything short of writing property of person's name, But the box itself has one of those sigils, and not really anything else about it seems special. Just a plain old crate with wood. They were all from the ages of like 13 to 17. So one of them's gone. The two that are laying down on the ground, you can tell they were probably about one was 15, and then the other one was roughly. Oh my gosh, the other one was 13, and then the one is too bloodied beyond physical recognition. Ooh. You immediately get a ping of Anvea's spell if she's still concentrating on it. What was that one? Earthbind. So you see a nice little transmutation aura. Or hear it. And then left over on the air, since it's fairly soon afterwards, you can tell that a conjuration spell was recently cast, and a powerful one at that. You would guess it's probably about a 7th level spell. If you want to make an Arcana, you're welcome to.
Hard. I said that explains why he hit pretty hard.
Are you on, Bea?
Yeah, I didn't drop it.
Oh, sorry. Forget that he cast Detect Magic. Let me see what types they are. Hang on. I need to be way better about remembering what some of this stuff is. So the hat is actually giving off an illusion, harmony, I guess. Because you hear it, right? You don't see it? Okay. Okay, so yeah. Right. So yeah, you see like a faint aura of illusion magic around the hat, and on the rod, there is some magic around it, but the types are kind of morphing between like some conjuration, some evocation, some abjuration. Yeah.
I think we don't get involved with this, but take the artifact. It's going to be hard to prove an illithid.
The wards went down today at the auction house. Do you think this has something to do with it?
We'll get back to the end.
Pull out your little identif eye.
I don't think cleric can either. They surely had a fence around here somewhere.
bits and bobs here.
Yeah, let's get off these streets before anything else happens. I took some pretty heavy hits on that fight. No, I'm okay now, but I burned some slots.
All right. Doesn't take you guys too long to make it back over to the hook and sinker. And you're able to gather some food and other items and stuff as needed. And I assume at some point, as Valner is filling you guys in, he goes back to discuss what happened with Le Tortle. If we want to delve into that, if you guys want to talk about something else, go ahead. But yeah, just let me know when we want to dive into that.
I'll pull out the keys I had swiped to and toss them to him. We have extra keys for inside the building that's now ours.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna finish wiping these off. Okay, backtracking back in time a little bit. We're running maybe about noon or so, and you have arrived at the Tortle's place of residence. You do not see him outside, although it looks like there's some preparatory work being done on the wagons and carts and things. Nobody's outside. Oh yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check on him. Okay, so you actually find that there are 3 covered wagons, and you've got 10 like plain wagons, and then there are 3 hand carts. All of them seem to be in pretty working condition. They seem like they have just recently been had some maintenance work done on them, maybe a couple repairs here and there, tightened down a little bit, and the like. You also notice that there are 2 other wagons that have kind of fallen into more disrepair. The wood, instead of it being nice and smooth, it kind of has like deep gashes in it, almost like railroad ties. So it looks like it's been weathered a bit more. So he's got quite a bit. I can't remember how many numbers I said. I think I said 3. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you are casting the spell, and as far as you can tell, all of these are just plain wagons. And no auras of light or anything. Cool. In your investigation, it seems like the covered wagons are probably most likely used. While there's no magical reinforcement on them, the coverings do have some like leather backing, and then at least one of the wagons has some spots where you would imagine metal plates could be attached to protect them more from like external forces. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any additional like magic being done to these carts. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check, maybe. Just see if you can.
Your
Okay.
camera is frozen, sir.
Mine is awesome.
I was like, yeah, he's
Woohoo!
not blinking.
Yeah, dude, I'm really good at that stuff. 8. Okay. You're walking around a little bit, and you do not see him amongst the wagons and things. While you're deeply inspecting them. Sorry. After you've deeply inspected them and everything, you do hear a door open eventually, and a turtle starts to make his way out. Heavy. Oh, well, howdy there, sir. That's a lot of fancy words you've been saying there. You said the Master Horus sent you? Well, while you're gabbing and everything, and we're talking, why don't you come over here? If you've had some dealings with the guild master, then why don't you come and help me set up some of these wagons as I'm preparing?
Robin Hood.
It's exactly what I'm trying to go for.
Well,
Robin
yeah.
Hood and Sheriff of Nottingham, and then the dog from 101 Dalmatians, or it's like I'm the leader. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. Well, I'm currently getting prepared for an auction coming up on Saturday, and as he's saying this, he walks you over towards the wagons, and in between bits and pieces of this, he kind of points to something and like just has your help, so he doesn't have to climb up in there as big as he is. He's like a 7 foot tall turtle, big old shell on his back. Definitely looks old and weathered by the sun. The crystal ewer, or are you talking about your tapestry? Oh, okay. Whoa. That's some mighty fine power you got behind you if you got Lieutenant Haymar. Um, you're taking him, Liam Neeson. Nice. He goes, well, go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me real quick. Dang, that's solid. He goes, well, if you're really going for just a day or two, I'll charge you the guild's regular rates and something this short of notice, additional 16 gold charge. Yeah, if you're just going down the road a little bit, I think that'd be about, let's see, 20 gold, so 36 gold pieces. Which item you mean? Like the wagon or what? Which item? Oh, I'm not sure if anything's been taken in particular. I don't know all the ins and outs and particulars about items. Is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Oh, well, it's just gonna be whichever one. If you want one of these covered ones, we could probably do that. Okay. You know what? For all your help here and everything, I'll mark it down to 35. Make it easy. No worries about the paperwork. Just bring it back before Saturday if you can. Or before Delayson. Oh, right. Right. Yes, yeah. Just come by Delayson and take it. I'll figure something out. Don't you worry. You get the idea. He's again, like the guildmaster said, not all there. Oh, and that be me. What do you mean exactly? Go ahead and roll an insight check for me real quick. Go re-roll. Okay, a 10. Um, he goes, "Oh no, that's still me. I go and pick it all up and everything." And as you're kind of just getting a general feel for this guy, either he's not telling you the specifics on purpose, or He really is telling you the truth. Can't really tell which. Oh, yes. I move the items and then we go ahead and deliver them. Okay, I'll be sure to inform Madam Forsyth. When you come pick it up, I'll grab money from you then. Okay. Oh, sure. I'm good with that. More money to line. Okay. I'm gonna make note of that so I don't forget. Want an insight? Maybe prod a little bit. Oh, I'm not sure exactly who's selling that item, but no, Forsyth's the one who helps with these shipments. Nice. Stuff's feeling kind of fishy. There's one dude who says he does everything, says he's the only one who does it all, keeps referring to we, and then just name drop Forsyth. Seems fishy, seems odd, and yeah, as far as you can tell though, he's like telling the truth in what he's saying. He doesn't seem like he's keeping much, if anything, from you, other than like the entirety of all of it. But you're starting to uncover that there's some oddness here. Okay, 15 gold. Oh, you're very welcome. You said your name was Valner. The total is where's my name? Hang on. It's Fallon. Oh, that's what you're doing as part of your insight. Um, yeah, as part of your insight. It is the total. There's nobody there in disguise. Mhm. And yeah, go ahead. This is Fallon. Oh, Fallon. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. I just found it. Oh yes, see, come to Lacing pretty early in the morning. I like to get up early and go riding sometimes. Oh yes, I've been a farmer for a long time in these parts. Phelan? Where's Felderwin? Yeah. Oh, that's great. I used to farm all sorts of grain and had all sorts of animals and everything. Switched to this caravan stuff like a year and a half ago. It's much better money. Um, just me, just me. Oh, don't you worry about that. It's just farmer talk sometimes. He's not being truthful. Because he rolled a 3. Okay. Oh. That's a good one. Okay, okay. All right. Take a peek at this. Hey, hang on. This is interesting. Okay, guards us against deception, a 15-foot radius sphere. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you cast it. There's that emanating sense of, like, I guess, peace or whatever as the circle emanates from you. And this seemingly unintelligent individual, not very charismatic individual, succeeds the save with flying colors. Again, strikes you as odd. Mm. All right, just as you're leaving, he goes, "Pleasure doing business with you. We'll see you deLacing." Okay. Thought you were gonna go for a different spell, but that's okay. No. Something else. That's all right. Yeah. So, as you're leaving that location, that whole exchange took a bit of time. I'd say probably like an hour or two. Um, just working with him on repairing everything. And so, about this time, I mean, you've got like maybe 3 hours or so until Anvea and Zander are off their shift. Anything specifically you want to do right now? Okay. All right. Run to the restroom real quick while you guys decide what you want to do. There's more stuff we could do the following day. It is getting late-ish, late afternoon.
We did everything we wanted to do, so if we need to do this, it's going to be beneficial for the caravan. Then, yeah. The only thing Xander needs to do is take a long rest. Yeah, don't get squished.
You want a tiefling so the hooves can stomp on you? Oh my gosh.
You're like,
Loxodon's the elephant. Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. It's a Loxodon and a turtle mix, or not mix. That'd be even worse. It's like gray skin, leathery, with like big hooves and a shell. Oh my Lanta. Okay. All right. Let's see. Tonight it's Compson, so the equivalent of Wednesday, and there are just kind of like the regular goers and everything. Seems like a similar rowdy crowd to the night before, but nobody of interest that is there other than like part, I guess, that you guys have come to know a little bit. Dude, this song would have been way better with the Illithid fight. Sauron from Rings of Power. If you guys want to focus on the items a little bit as well, I can tell you what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'll examine one of them.
All right. Yeah, so you're able to cast protection against good and evil on Zander. You can do multiple, right? It's only one. Oh, one willing creature. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was like 3 or something, but I'm thinking of the that one spell that you can, not you, but like, is it Sanctuary? Is what I'm thinking. It's just one. Now there's one that people can do on a wake up. Maybe I'm thinking the Bard spell that Ashley's character had at some point. Anyway, yeah. So after a little bit of time of focusing on these and kind of paying attention, in fact, the rod, you look at it, and Valner and Zander and Anvea, after a short inspection of it, you find that there's a couple buttons on there, and it is an immovable rod. And for anybody who doesn't know, the immovable rod, it's a flat iron rod. You can push the button to cause it to become magically fixed in place. And you can use an action to push the button again to deactivate it. It will not move, even to defy gravity, and can hold up to 8,000 pounds of weight.
Oh, interesting.
And then if you want to try and move it, it's a DC 30 strength check to move it, and you can only move it 10 feet. Good if you want to, I don't know, hold a door in place or something. And then the other thing, a hat, is actually a hat of disguise. So while you're wearing it, you can cast the disguise self spell from
I
it.
don't need that.
Do you already have one, or do you just have
I
the?
can just at will.
Yeah, whose will? Fire at will.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think you should take the rod as well. So you're small enough, no one will see you place it.
Be careful where you place it. It doesn't move.
Now you can have that Luxodon dance.
Is that an immovable rod in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Safety bar.
That's a really good idea. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh. Oh.
All right.
All right. So yeah, feel free to add those to your inventory, and you guys can feel free to go ahead and mark off a long rest if you are turning in for the night.
Yes.
Cool. It is another day. You guys wake up, and let me go ahead and mark this off. And it's about an hour or so before. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and that's about an hour or so before Anvea and Zander need to return to the Exalted Collection auction house. And I'm trying to decide how. I'm sure we could bust through a bit more in a half hour, but it's up to you guys.
This is still what, a day before the actual auction?
This is now the equivalent of Thursday. It's Fulson.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been a lot of lore drops. I think you
We're
guys
gonna take some
started.
sleeping medication and fast track to Friday night.
You could. You guys keep wanting to do investigations. Oh yeah, that all John's doing is just digging for lore. Oh, I've got a lot. I need to give you access to my OneNote and then pray that you don't spoil everything.
I was
Absolutely.
having fun with that elephant fight until he ran away.
Elephant. Oh, the illithid. Oh yeah. He cast some plane shift and went away.
It's funny because I was about to cast my silence. I just trying to decide between and then he wouldn't have been able to.
I'm actually curious because I don't know if that one. Let's see. Oh, wrong guy.
Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there.
Right. Plane shift is verbal and semantic. Yeah. Would have prevented him.
That's funny. What are the odds? I almost went with that one because I was teetering on both, but I was trying to prevent the psychic.
Just kidding. Vocal, semantic, and material. What material component? Nice. Anyway. Yeah, you guys are able to go to sleep, and as you wake up, you notice that a note has been slipped under your door.
Ooh, where are we going on our bachelorette date tonight?
I'll go pick it up and read it to the group.
All right, and you just pick it up and open it right away.
Investigate.
Yeah, I'll look at it, see if there's anything weird about it.
Okay. So yeah, you pick it up. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
18.
All right. Looks like a normal piece of paper.
Yeah, I'll open it up. Never be 2K. I lost character due to that.
Anthrax. No, I love it. I try and do this every now and then, and you guys are usually pretty good. But yeah, just how exactly do you open the door? And then it's like, oh, I'm going to open it up and like stand to the side and very slowly. And so it's like just imagining this completely normal door, somebody walking up and opening it like a weirdo. Anyway, yeah, totally normal piece of paper. You flip it or you open it up a little bit, and it just has scribbled on there, Peaky Blinders, come visit me, have some information on Captain Three Earrings, and then signed Denfro.
I'll pass over to Valor.
What is it? I'm just kidding, I can't remember right now either. Follies Tavern. Mm-hmm. All right. You guys get to help me. Where should the Mercantile Consortium be? 'Cause I keep. There's so many buildings.
Roll a D4.
Roll a d4. Let's do some collaborative storytelling. 1.
North.
Oh, okay. Right. Look over here somewhere. Right, that could work okay. And I was, and there's a part of me that's like, it would almost make sense next to all these market stalls and stuff. But then I'm like, wouldn't they want to be closer to like the marquee and all that stuff too? Maybe rubbing elbows with the bourgeoisie, so to say. Anyway, I rolled a 1. So where are you? Where are you thinking, Hawk?
I was gonna say one north part of the map.
Okay, okay. Beaded Alley is supposed to be more residential, or can't ever remember. Might work out. There's a bunch of market stalls here too. Yeah. Some mercantile. Yeah. There's like a bit of both. And where I'm placing the marquee, I don't actually know what this building's supposed to be. But right. Absolutely.
You could do it in Arbor Light. Do it on the water's edge. That way, their underwater ground part's protected by the water.
Oh, like over here? I mean, yeah, you got the Caravan Masters, you've got the Marquee. Yeah, no, that's a really good spot. I kind of like this place. Oh, man, I need. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. That's true too. Yeah, no, that's not bad. Okay. What if we do these two as, let me find a thing. I've got it up as well on my other menu. Excuse me. Let's see what's doing blue. Oh, right. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Right. No, that makes sense. Let's see, this was Mercantile Consortium. Okay. Depending on how much you want to streamline this, I guess, what sort of information are you going to the Mercantile Consortium for? Okay. 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 Sounds good. All right, and then on Bea and Xander, are you guys just going to go and guard for the day?
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
Yours should be a bit quicker, and since I just spent some time on Valner, let's do yours real quick. And yeah, honestly, while you guys travel, I don't think there's any issues. You guys get there, you switch over guard posts pretty easily. Did you want to try and get there early or just on time?
We get there a little early.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, same thing happens. All the people start arriving and everything that work there. However, this time you do not see the guard that had unveiled you the couple days prior. And I need you to go ahead and roll me a d10.
Anvea.
Seven.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, just and go ahead and roll me a d8.
A D8.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay, so about halfway through you guys' shift, just before lunchtime, you guys notice somebody walking up, and they aren't. What's the word? I'll just get right to the chase. They're not human. They're illithids. Roll for initiative. No, I'm just kidding. It is not a human, but it's a very well dressed red tiefling, very gaudy attire. And as he walks up, completely unannounced and everything, and just basically blows right past you guys, doesn't pay you any heed.
I will rush in front of him and draw my sword. Hold. Identify yourself, mister.
He looks at you, obviously a little bit flustered, flashes a little bit of a toothy smile, just goes, what is this?
You must identify yourself before entering this premise.
Oh, the name is Draymore.
Draymond?
Draymore. And you'd best remember that.
And your role, Draymore?
I'm here to ensure that my item is under guard.
Good luck with that.
And what is the item?
You ask a lot of questions. You must be new here.
I have to ask a lot of questions, or else you wouldn't be paying as much as you would to come here.
That is quite a fair point. Would you mind lowering your blade?
I'll sheath it.
All right. I'm here to check on the crystal ewer, if that so pleases you, guard.
That's a fascinating thing. What does that do?
Is this really necessary?
What if I want to buy your item?
And he just belts out in laughter and goes, thank you, I needed that sort of uplifting statement from you. Now can I go?
How much are you selling your item for?
Bidding starts at much more than you can afford. What's your wage?
I asked the question, sir.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
14.
He just laughs and goes, I doubt if you saved up all of your earnings from this month alone that you would even be able to purchase it for the starting price. And then he begins walking closer to the Exalted Collection.
I'm gonna make him smell like a fart.
All right. Yeah, you're. What spell did we decide that is? Is it prestidigitation or is it?
Yes, it's
okay.
prestidigitation.
Yeah. So just very quickly, he goes. What is that ungodly smell? See what you've done. Kept me in proximity of you.
Check your breath.
That's the smell of arrogance.
And he just goes. Your superiors will be hearing about this.
I'm sorry, do you have a... I think we need to search this guy.
You can try. And his yellow eyes light up. And he has a little bit of a smile on his face.
Well, man, why don't you go see if this guy is who he says he is? He can wait here until you get back.
I'll just, I guess, go in the entrance of the auction house.
Okay. As you walk by, he just goes, typical new guards. Lieutenant will hear about this for sure. And yeah, you walk inside and see Tamar just sitting up at the front desk, helping somebody, and then keep letting them on their way.
Say, hey, Tamar, there's an arrogant a-hole out here. Says he's Draymore. Is he okay?
She looks and goes, what is he here for again? Can't remember her voice now.
He wants to check on his auction to make sure it's safe.
Oh dear. Lord Draymore, Mr. Gloom. Yes, you'd better let him in. I'd hate to have Reimer have another earful from him.
Okay,
He's
well,
quite the arrogant prick.
yeah, I know, and he smelled like farts.
Yes, go ahead and let him in. I apologize if he's given you any guff.
Okay,
Dwarf. I apologize.
I'll go outside and inform Xander.
Draymore goes, see, she at least has some sense. You better learn some, and learn to respect your betters. Guard.
Yeah, they want you to leave your stink out here, though.
Yep, so I'll turn around, push him against the fence, kind of just pat him down. Why do you stink?
He's taken aback and just says, I told you. It's because I've been out here with you, filth. Now let me through. You've gotten your permission.
No.
Good God, man, shut up and let me check you for filth so you don't embarrass yourself in there.
He immediately shoves you off. Go ahead and make a strength check. It won't be a high roll.
I'm picturing a Lucius
Strength,
Malfoy.
strength.
What was your straight strength? Or athletics if you want, but
15.
okay. Yeah, he goes to shove against you, and it's quite clear that his strength doesn't come from physical means. But he doesn't budge you at all. Meaning his
Do you
strength's
want to
probably-
be embarrassed, or do you want my aid?
If I wished for your aid, guard, I would have asked for it. Now unhand me, or you will be sorry.
Can I just like pick him up by the scruff of his shirt and like walk him in with my nose plugged?
Go ahead and roll a grapple check. I'll contest it. So that'd just be athletics.
A natural one.
Rip. You go to pick him up by like his scruff and everything. And then as you go to do that, he just goes, Timby, stick him! And an imp comes out of seemingly nowhere, from this guy and jumps on your back and starts trying to bite your armor. Just ching, 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 ching.
I'm down now, little one. It was all in good intent to help you. And I'll like pat him on the back and push him on his way. And I'll do a sleight of hand as I'm doing that.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
Just swipe for anything that might be an annoyance for him to lose.
On the guy or the imp?
The dude. So
Okay,
I'm kind of like
okay.
pushing him inside. Go, Thinky.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Yeah, 7.
Oh man. Yeah, so you like go pat him along as he's going in, and he goes to swat your hand away and says, "Don't you dare touch me, you filthy," and notices that you have grabbed onto a wand that was tucked inside of his cloak and immediately turns on you and
Yeah, see me or what?
huh?
Are you happy to see me or what?
Nice. Give me just 1 second. Bum, 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 bum. I should have had some of this information up already. And as you do that, he looses a blast of energy from his hand and goes to hit you for 18.
18 will hit.
All right, and you just take where's this die? You take. Holy crap! Hang on, I gotta divide some numbers, and math isn't working in my head. You take 6 points of damage as an eldritch blast comes out of his hand and hits the wand out of yours.
You are now under arrest,
Hits your
sir.
hand.
You just attacked a guard who is trying to disarm you from entering a building where no weapons are allowed.
You listen here, boy. You stole from me. I am within my rights as a noble to defend my own property. Now, you are lucky you still stand.
You
And
are lucky
if
to
you want
attack the
to,
guard. You are welcome to pick up your weapons as you leave, but you will not enter with it.
he grumbles and pays you no heed. And grabs his wand, or goes to grab his wand.
Yeah, they don't pay me enough for this. I'll like spit at him and then walk away.
And then he continues inside and says, I will inform everyone about this.
Make sure you shower first.
All right. And sorry, I rolled the wrong die. I was checking to see how long he's in there. He goes in, and you guys don't see him for a little while. He comes out about 10 minutes later or so. Literally just walks past you, doesn't even look at you.
Still smell like shit.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check real quick. I just want to see what he does.
16.
Okay. As you say that, he just kind of looks back at you and like bares his teeth a little bit, but then keeps walking.
My ankles are in fear.
All right.
That's what I wanted to do.
Okay. And yeah, at that point, you guys finish out the rest of the day with no other issues, no other happenings or goings on.
Let's turn to Anvea as we're finishing a day. I can't wait to steal that thing from that little dude.
It'll be well worth it.
Right. Valner, you make your way. Shoot, I didn't have my timer going. It's approximately 8 o'clock by the time that you leave Hook and Sinker, almost call it Follies, and you head over towards the Mercantile Consortium. And you're able to get inside and talk to the receptionist up front. And as you mentioned, as you mentioned that you wanted to speak with Marcus Tallman, she obliges. Nobody there necessarily recognizes you, at least off the bat, and everything. But you're able to. Oh, I guess would you name drop Denfro if anybody was like, "Why do you need to see him?" or anything? Okay, perfect. And yeah, they're just kind of like, okay, yeah, Marcus, just a junior trader. Shouldn't be any problem to see him. But after maybe about 15 minutes or so, you're able to meet with him. And yeah, bring you up to him. I'm trying to decide a few things that I haven't really ironed out with the Mercantile Consortium, if it's similar to the Caravan Masters Guild or if they're like legit merchants as well. Because this guy is a junior trader. I'll say that he does most of his business out of the consortium. Anyway, so yeah, he invites you into his office. Just has some papers and stuff kind of neatly tucked away, but not necessarily. Some of them are kind of scattered a little bit too. Oh, very nice meeting with you today, sir. Valner, and this guy's a halfling as well. And he goes, I did not realize that we had a mutual friend in Denfro. I have done numerous things for the man. I like him plenty. He is definitely on the up and up, as am I, in some ways. Just your passive insight, kind of mentioning in code. Yeah, I'm aware of what Denfro does and kind of in business a little bit with him. He looks at you a little bit and just goes, let me see. I do handle some of our day-to-day trades and things. Yeah. I think I've heard of this Eldora. You said Eldora Morrowgrave, is that right? Yes. So... Oh, as far as I'm aware, I mean, she pays their fees on time. And anything, in any dealings that we've had, she's registered as a company, but no no ill favor from her, if that makes any sense. Hmm. I can't recall any time she's spoken to me about her. Or grave investigations for that matter. If you want to insight, you're welcome to. He seems to be telling the truth. Ah, that's an interesting question. Obviously, the mercantiles somewhat at the mercy of the government and the governing agencies of the Corpus Concord. Now, the Port de Mali division, we've gained quite a bit of prominence over the last handful of years, actually under the direction of Lydia Forsyth, for sure. It's been quite interesting. Now, our relationship with the Marquis specifically, obviously, she wants to ensure more regulation, and our goal is more commerce. And we want to be in charge of that. We naturally butt heads. Absolutely. The piracy from the revelry hurts profits in many ways, as well as undermines the efforts put towards from our very own citizens. Um, ah, um, that is a very interesting question. On the side that I sit, as Marcus Tolman, not as a consortium member, mind you. Um, a lot of the way she's been adjusting regulations has been attempting to turn some of the favor into the people's hands, more or less. It's not necessarily a bad thing, and in fact, we quite welcome some of the challenges. But as far as the consortium is concerned, any commerce that happens outside of our walls is a direct threat to our goals to document everything and ensure all the wares that are peddled are up to standards and etc. The way, let's see, I think I may have lost your question. I'm sorry. Okay, okay. That's ah. And oh yes, file. I speak of her on terms of her registration status with the guild. So her as an individual, I have not had any dealings with directly. Um, Now that would be a very, pardon the pun, a very grave offense. Go ahead. He absolutely cares. He actually looks very surprised and kind of disgusted with the idea of somebody that they're associated with having dealings with slavery. I said, it's against the laws of the Concord. This stands against everything that we as the Mercantile Consortium support. If that's really something that is pervasive in our city, we need to eradicate it. Um, is this information coming to you from our mutual associate? Absolutely. Yes. Well, I feel I should clear up some of my um relationship with Denfro. I am a bit better at ensuring discreet, not necessarily transportation, but acquiring of maybe questionable goods in some eyes. Never breaking the law, understand, and especially from the standpoint of the consortium. We do not deal in anything illegal. Um, Yes, and that is something that at least I have strived to eradicate from practices, for sure. You can trust me, in other words. I think if you don't mind me asking, what makes you think Eldora of Grave Investigations is dealing in slavery? Is this something I ought to alert Madam Forsyth of? Yes, I will. Oh no. Could she speak on your behalf, by any means? Okay, I can bring her back in if I need to. Okay. He's inciting you, but explains that you're being truthful and honest. Nice. Goes very well. I don't believe I have anything to forward on to our mutual friend at the moment. But thank you very much for coming into the office today. Is there more that you see? I'll think. For. Well, I appreciate the candidness of your plight, and I'm trying to think of the words. He's not pausing deliberately or anything. And the resolution of involving the authorities. It heartens me to know we have citizens among us like you. Oh, well, good day. Right. Anything that you want to do while you're here at the Mercantile Consortium? Okay. You're able to find your way back out. Sure, instead of blue. Oh. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, you're able to make it out of there and kind of continue on with any endeavors that you wanted to do throughout the day. But yeah, let's go ahead and end there with. Okay, sounds good. Valner on his way to Follies, Zander and Anvea guarding the Exalted Collection and dealing with brats.
Lucius Malfoy.
Lucius Malfoy. Basically.
Yeah.